Hi. All right, I'm going to read something with you really briefly, and then we're going to circle back and unpack a couple of key parts about this that I think are really going to be helpful for you in your personal path and your professional path. It certainly is for me. I want to share this with you. All right, so bear with me one sec while I read this. I do not find it so easy to talk about my father. I have yet to find a biography of him that satisfies me as a picture of the whole man. The emphasis is so much on what he did that few people know what he was. That was said, a quote and comment by Madeline Edison Sloane, the daughter of Thomas Edison. And I recently saw this in the first few pages. This quote is from the first few pages of a new book on Edison called Edison, a biography by Edmund Morris. I can't wait to get my hands on it for real and read it. But it really jumped out to me. I took a few pictures of it. I read it several times over, and I wrote it down on a napkin because, as that sunk in, I was thinking about, okay, so here's his daughter. And Thomas Edison, worldwide known figure in history, who invented the light bulb and so many other hundreds of other things, and had also several hundred key patents. And she makes a very interesting point about when everybody talks about Edison or reads about him, it's always about the what, but not many people know who he was. They know what he did, but not who he was as a person. So that really begs the question, it got me feeling literally in my gut, in my heart, and I would love to hear what you feel about this. Do you feel like those around you know who you are? Maybe your close family and friends, maybe that close circle does. Well, great, I hope they do. But, how about colleagues, coworkers, friends, and partners, and business partners, and clients and customers? Do some of them, maybe not all, but do some of them know who you are as a person and not just what you do? Because that's really how you elevate and grow relationships. That's how you get people to feel the value of your impact and your gifts and what you do in this world. It's so much more about the who than the what. And I was so grateful that I read this quote, and I've been thinking about it in my path too, like how it connects with me. And what I'm doing now is, am I storytelling enough to let people in? Because the second part of this whole equation, and when I read this is just that, the power of story. So we want to make sure that the right people know a little bit about who we are. We want to make sure we're learning about who somebody is and not just what they do. And we also want to make sure that we're sharing, and letting people in on that front through story, because that's how they connect, right? If you think about a resume or our list of accomplishments, well, both of those fall into the what category. Here's what, bulleted out, everything that I've done. Here's why I'm special. But what about who you are as a person? What about, what you think about when you wake up? What inspires you? What's your passion? What lights you up every day? What do you believe in so strongly that when you wake up and get out of bed and you're on your mission that day, that you are going to bolt through anything that you need to because you're so dedicated and committed to that? What is that makes you tick? Those are the things that, make up who we are as a person. So are we letting people in on that front? Are we allowing them to see and know who we are inside? And are we learning about who others around us are? So really think about that. How are you doing that? How are you letting people know who you are? What are the stories that you tell? Are you telling enough stories? And are you asking other people to share their story too? It's a really great, thought-provoking quote, question, and just, mindset to have. So I really appreciate Madeline putting this in the book. I'm going to look more into her. I'm going to get my hands on that book and read it over the holidays, I'm sure. But yeah, who are you? Are people knowing? Are you sharing your story? Are you asking their people their story? Because in the end, what this means is great relationships, elevated work, elevated impact, more fulfillment, good feeling inside. That all comes from the who. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. Thanks.